Okay, so as you guys just saw, I just did the free draw here on the banner. I was talking the whole time, just kind of doing my thing, and I thought to myself, you know what? I didn't double check before I started recording just to make sure that I had the microphone option on. So, well, a 2-ticket EX. Okay then, so I believe that makes her EX MLB, because I already had it at 2 LB, so damn, okay. Um, but anyway, I thought to myself, you know what? I didn't double check. I better make sure that it's actually catching my voice. And I checked, and well, sure enough, it was on internal audio. And so because I have the music muted, well, it was just some button taps, I'm sure, or some in-game clicks. But as I was saying in the video the first portion I probably heavily edited down, so it's a lot shorter. It was just a free draw, so you guys didn't miss anything. But Krile, I really like what Krile offers, and for a long time, I kind of kicked myself for missing her when she first debuted with her 3-3, her EX 3-3, because I really like the Earth Crystal mechanic that she gets from her EX. I think that Brave gains between turns is really fun to play around with, and then burst phases with that active is amazing. Now, I totally get why some people are very hesitant to draw for Krile or outright skipping her, because in Lufenia we are going to have the Thunder element start getting just outright blocked, or in some cases absorbed, very soon. And it's mainly because of Lightning and how dominant she is. And Krile, unfortunately, because Krile, what she does is she imperils all enemies, and then she also enchants the entire party as well. So Thunder Element, Krile is sadly a unintended victim of the lightning nerfing going on in Lufenia. But with that being said, I am still drawing for her because I really do like her kit. I love the fact that she offers the entire party elemental damage up. So I think it's like 65% too. So that's as far as I know, that is a unique buff that only she can give to people. Might be wrong about that, but the fact that she can give it to the entire party is really cool. And her LD, the buff actually prevents her from getting broken as well, which is amazing. I mean, that prevents her from ever getting just outright revenge killed. And by that I mean, like, she dumps her Brave or whatever, and then an enemy attacks her, breaks her, and then from the break bonus they get, then she gets ganked from an HP attack. Well, that LD buff up, she can't go beneath 10% max Brave, which is really cool. I really like that about her. Her LD buff also increases her int Brave by, I believe, 60%. And it raises the party's attack and overflow by I believe, 20% as well. And then on top of that, it also grants to everyone the Thunder Enchant. So her LD does quite a bit for the party. It also, when it's used, inflicts a 1-turn debuff on enemies that lowers their defense by 30%. By the way, all these numbers that I'm listing off here are pulled from the Tonberry Troops infographic on Krile. And I'm not sure if I've ever gushed about these guys in a video, so I'm going to do that for just a moment. But if you guys haven't been to their website, the Tonberry Troop is an amazing group of players in the community that have banded together and create beautiful infographics regarding characters in the game, coming out with their LDs, their strengths, their weaknesses, potencies, what they do, recommendations on artifacts, summon passives. I mean, their website, guys, it's incredible. It's basically a DFFOO player's dream in terms of all the information there and all the goodies. I mean, they have like a Lufenia section where they detail what orbs, what the orbs call for, stages, strategies, etc. They're really good guys. They're very nice people as well. I've spoken to pretty much all of them at some point or another. And yeah, they're really, really generous people, really nice people. So I'll definitely leave a link in the description below if you guys would like to check out their website. Not sponsored or anything. I know somebody might be thinking that. I'm not sponsored. I promise. I wish I was being sponsored. Some extra cash inside would be cool. But I'm not, I promise. Okay, so that's second EX. That's a dupe. So yeah, the only thing I'm chasing on this banner is Krile's LD at this point. But yeah, anyway, so the debuff that Krile inflicts one turn, it's got 30% defense down, and then after an enemy acts and the debuff expires, they get a couple brave hits, HP dump, batteries the party, depending on how much damage it does, and then it also inflicts one turn paralysis, which is, in my opinion, the best part about that debuff. Having a kind of a pocket stun, and you have, I think she has 3 LD uses, so she has 3 of them. That's great. Pocket AoE stun. Yes, sir. Okay, another gold orb. Get that Krile LD. Another AFMO EX. Okay. Her orb actually, not her orb, her sphere. Her sphere isn't too bad. Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty decent banner, though, for people to draw on, because AFMO, her potencies in Lufenia, I think the last stage I used her on was Kieran's Lost Chapter Lufenia. Her potencies are pretty whack at this point, but her aura, she has just tremendous auras. She really is kind of one of the definitions of an aura bot in the game. So if you get her stuff, you know, I don't think you'd be wrong in thinking that she's worth a build. Especially later on when she gets her LD. Her LD is very good. That just actually recently came out in the JP version. Her LD does offer quite a bit. Makes her very potent and useful. And then Realm. I keep calling her Rem. It's Realm. Realm is really fun too. But sadly, she really does burn through her skills very quickly. And then with Lufenia Orb, she can be a problem then as well, because she's constantly getting turns. But yeah, I think overall this banner is pretty decent. And then of course it has Ultimatious Burst on it as well. If you don't have that, which I do not. Yeah, just want that Krile LD, and then I'll be out of this banner, and I'll be happy as a pig in mud. There we go. Krile. Realms 35. Oh, Realm 35. Wow, first ticket. Okay. So second ticket was AFMO EX, and then first ticket after backing out of the banner and pausing was Realm 35. Maybe this could be Krile LD and we're out of the banner. Or Krile EX even. Okay. Damn. Okay, so I guess backing out and shifting the luck a little bit. It's paying off so far. So with Krile's LD here, we have the conclusion Dimensions End, at least this version, Entropy, and for those that haven't played the stage yet, it is quite quite the finale, in my opinion. It's not quite the Lufenia stage, but it's very close in terms of difficulty. I mean, really, the only thing that's missing is the orb. But yeah, it's. I think the presentation of it is very, very cool. It really does feel like a nice way to kind of cap off this era. And then next month, oh boy, next month Dimension comes back with the next tier called Transcendence. And I don't know if that's what it's going to be called in Global. It might be called something totally different. But Transcendence is... How do I put this? Transcendence, while the last couple Dimension stages have been a total just joke, steamroll, and then Dimension 20 is a decent challenge. Transcendence really kind of just cranks everything up to 11, and it's blisteringly difficult. You have to use 6 characters now. Six characters are going to be getting locked out because there's 2 side gates, and then there's a main gate. And to clear the side gates, you need to use a party of 3. And the first Transcendence we get has one side gate where you need holy damage for the orb, and then the other one you need launch. Now, with Transcendence, drops Gabranth with his LD. Gabranth is there for his debuffs and his instant break. However, right before Transcendence drops, Paladin Cecil gets his LD weapon and his burst. And Paladin Cecil, for those that don't know, is just nuts. He is just... If you want a recommendation for a character to pull on next month, you're not sure, may I make a humble suggestion to go after Paladin Cecil and his LD. His burst is nice. I'm not going to chase the burst myself, but I am 100% chasing the LD. That LD is something else. It is amazing. It gives him ridiculous party auras. He already has his Imperil and his party enchant, holy element. His longevity is really good. He increases the party's HP by a massive amount to where like enemy HP attacks just bounce right off because you have way over the normal amount of HP you would normally have. He's great. He's absolutely terrific. So he's amazing for the one Transcendent side gate. And then the other one is launch. And then, so a very, very popular choice is either Cloud, because Cloud, of course, does have his burst, potentially. And if you have a burst character in your party, it gives the entire party a synergy bonus. Or Keese, because Keese's Lost Chapter actually shows up here right before the Transcendent stage as well. Another Aphmau EX. So, me personally, I'm very, very nervous for Transcendence because, especially the first one, it's no joke. From what I remember, Transcendence 2 is much easier because I remember I keep in touch with the JP community and that side of things. 2 and 3 were easier than 1, and then things start getting out of hand again. But yeah, one is just ridiculous. I'm not looking forward to it. I am going to try. I say try because I don't know if it'll work. But I am going to try to save Paladin Cecil for future stages, and I'm going to try to use Kuja instead. Now, as I said earlier when I was talking about Cloud, if you have a character with a burst weapon in your party, it gives the entire party kind of a synergy bonus. And increases their stats so you can actually, do damage. You can clear a Transcendent stage without a burst character in the party, but it's very, very, very difficult. And frankly, I just don't feel I don't want to try doing that. That sounds awful. So I'm gonna try to run Kuja, Arden, and then Arciela with her LD weapon for one of the side gates, the side gate that needs holy damage. And we're gonna see what happens. Arden does have his burst, so I'll have the burst bonus, and Arciela can actually keep the enemies locked into place or HP silence. because they hit extremely hard. They have an AoE HP attack, brave HP attack on the party. Hits like a freight train. So I'm hoping Arciella can do her thing and kind of crowd control. Another Krile EX. I am rolling in EXs. Damn, 2 back-to-back golds, okay. But I would love to keep Paladin Cecil for future stages. I don't know which, but he is so good, and his auras are so good. I would love to save him for a future stage. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And the other node then has like the Barret, like crystal jewel turtles, and you need launch to increase their orbs. And I think I'm gonna run Cloud, Gabrant, and then I need to run, because from what I understand, the turtles are resistant to melee, so I'm going to need to run an Enchanter, an Imperiler. I'm thinking Desh. Desh is a good choice. Because Desh, pretty much his stuff is always on. Even if like enemies cleanse, he can just very, very quickly reapply the Imperil. And then his enchant effect is pretty much always on as far as I'm aware. I think it's from his EX buff. I can't remember. Or his... No, not his EX buff. Maybe his skill. One of his skill buffs. I can't remember. But anyway, regardless. I think I might stick Desh there, because then Desh can function as the healer. Of course, a lot of damage mitigation. Between him and Gabrant, the turtles aren't going to be doing anything for damage. I mean, really, I'm just going to be racing the, the orb and the turn count. Turtles do gain a ton of brave, and also gain an aura that until they get launched, you do ones. But Gabrant's can insta-break, and then Cloud can launch. So between those two, and then I can have a Ramsey call, it should be just fine there. So I think that'll be the easier of the 2 side gates for me. The Cloud Gabrant Desh one. Just the one that I'm worried about is the robot one. I don't know. Because Arden is already struggling a little bit with his potencies in Lufenia. And Transcendence just cranks everything up to another level. Now granted, I will have the synergy, the burst synergy. But we'll see. we'll definitely see. But I would love to use Arden there, because Arden's burst effect isn't that great. And the further we get into Lufenia, where they have the brave gain reductions, the more his burst effect is going to be nerfed. So I think getting him out early would be in my best interest for sure. And I think that if I run Diablos as a summon, and then I have Kuja with his Enchant and Peril, and then I have Arciella, all those auras and passes and boosts, I'm hoping that will make it so that Arden can do some decent damage. Now, he also does have Vanille Sphere as well, so I can dispel any buffs that the enemies give themselves. But I'm going to actually have to make it a point to not allow them to get turns like late on in the fight, because without any sort of damage reduction whatsoever aside from Arciella's HP silence, my team will just get absolutely ganked when the robots start getting lower health. If they get their AoE off. Alright. But yeah, I'm confident that if I can get past that first one, Arden, Kuja, Arcee, I'm confident if I can get past that gate, the other side gate will go down. And then we have the main gate, which is, oh my god, wave 1 is annoying, but wave 2 is just a whole nother level. And from what I remember, wave 2, the orb, you can't cancel the orb. The only way you can do the orb is if you pause it, and you have to be at full health to make it pause. And the enemies, there's a lot going on that drains your HP, so it's going to be tough. I don't know who I'm going to use in that last node. I'm going to really have to I got to rewatch some videos of it, try to figure out who's going to go where. But I'm pretty sure Cloud Cloud will absolutely have to be there, because the enemies need to be launched on Wave 2 to make this disgusting aura thing they get go away. And then probably Gabranth. I feel like Gabranth has to be there too. His debuffs and his insta breaks are both just absolutely amazing. I don't know who the last one's gonna be. Maybe Arcee, maybe Desh. I don't know. I'll have to look. I'll have to see if there's any resistances on that last stage, and then go from there. But yeah, so those are my musings over the Transcendence stage that we're about to run into in about a month in Global. I'm very, very nervous for it. I cannot. I simultaneously want it to get here so I can try it, and simultaneously don't, because I'm worried about it quite a bit. But yeah, if I can't pull it off, then I guess I'll just sub Paladin Cess for Kuja, and I know for a fact I'll be able to do it then. But you know, where's the fun in that? I'll use Kuja there and just call it a day. So what are your guys' thoughts on the upcoming Transcendent stage? What are you guys thinking of comps? I know a lot of people are going to be bringing Paladin Cecil, just because he's amazing for the Holy Node. Like, I totally get that. That is a great choice. But yeah, it's a little bit difficult to be creative with comps in Transcendence because of how restrictive it is, especially later on. Like Transcendence 4, for example. Like, majority of the people ran Una with Burst, Vaughn / Tifa, and then Setzer, because the bosses get just disgustingly high defense increases, and so doing damage was an absolute nightmare. But yeah, so what are you guys planning to use Transcendence, and then what are you guys thinking about in terms of like immediate pulls coming up? Because I know we have Boss Rush 2 coming up here after this event, which will feature Hope's LD, and then we have Arceala, I believe. Arceala's Lost Chapter event after that. We have Theodore with the new story chapter. We have Keith's Lost Chapter, Paladin Cecil with his LD drops, and then we get Gabranth's LD with Transcendence. So some pretty nice names coming up. So I'd be curious to see who you guys are interested in and what you guys are planning on doing. I have a plan in mind. I definitely want to. I want to grab Hope's LD because that's a great call option. Terrific for magic comps. I definitely want to grab Arcee's LD as well. Ugh. Definitely want to grab Arcee's LD as well. And then, let's see. Theodore. I don't know what I'm doing with Theodore yet. Because Theodore is pretty good. But then his dad comes along and just shoves him out of the spotlight. Keith is a skip. Don't really have any interest in him. Hey, look at that. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we're done with the banner finally. Paladin Cecil LD I'm going to grab for sure. And then Gabranth LD, I'm grabbing that as well. Oh my god, I can't wait for that. So there we go, guys. Alright, so that took me 324 tickets, I think. Is my math right? My brain is still fried anymore. Yeah. Okay. 324 for LD. I'll take that. Not too bad. Yeah, I am done with the banner, guys. Thank you all so much for watching and for listening to me ramble a little bit. The next month of content in this game is going to be challenging. Oh my god, I've completely forgot about Onion Knight, his LD and Burst event. That comes, I think, before or slightly after Arciela. It's Lost Chapter. I am absolutely 100% grabbing his LD. I cannot wait. I love Onion Knight. His LD is amazing. I'm also considering chasing his Burst. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Oh, man, his Burst is so nice. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I had the resources to get it, but I don't know yet. Because chasing Burst always results in disaster. So, I don't know. I might just wait till the last banner he's on and go from there. But, yeah. Let me know what your thoughts, guys, down below. Thanks again for watching. Good luck on your draws, and I'll see you guys here in the next video very soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for watching.